What's going on, everyone? This is Jay from Premier Gaming Entertainment, and I'm here to bring you my predictions video for this week's matchup versus Michigan State. Leave me a comment in the comment section below how you feel that this outcome is going to be for this week's matchup versus Michigan State. Do you think that because it's a rivalry game, whether it's going to be close, is it going to be a blowout, somewhere in between? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Myself personally, I'm going to give my personal breakdown of how I feel the game's going to be. It's hard to say. Hopefully that this will be a game that Michigan is not going to take lightly. It's easy to have some sort of letdown after having such a key win last week, on the road versus a ranked opponent. And you're playing against a rival that historically is, in the last, not last year, but, prior to that, it's been close games. And, it's easy to have a letdown, be complacent, especially when you know that opponent struggled last week against Rutgers. Yeah, Rutgers, yeah. So, personally, I don't think this is going to be a close game, but I'm still going to lay out what the keys are to, victory for Michigan anyways, regardless of that. I'm going to start on offense with the quarterback situation. Joe Milton played very well on the road in his first career start. In order for Michigan to continue on and dominate like they did against Minnesota, he has to have the same type of game, similar, be very poised in the pocket, be great with his decisions, make sure he handles the football properly, no errant throws, no fumbling, just play your game, don't try to do anything crazy, don't take any unnecessary risks, be careful handling the football, and just allow your offense to flow, and everything should take care of itself. With the offensive line, just continue what you did last week, as well as, try to improve a little bit more in the run blocking. The pass blocking was very, very good. Only the one sack on the first series, and that one sack was really more so Joe Milton's fault from, basically rolling into the sack. Other than that, they did an excellent job against Minnesota. Keep that up and be a little bit more diligent in the run blocking and spring the holes for the running backs. And this is going to be a long game for Michigan State. The running game, the running backs, I don't really have to say anything about that. All four guys contributed last week. Just continue doing what you're doing. Just make sure the ball security is steady and that you don't put the ball, the football on the ground and fumble. And I think everything will take care of itself. Wide receivers, same thing. Just continue doing what you're doing. Nothing else to really talk about there. Joe Milton spreads the ball around. It'll be a nice, easy day for him, as well as, a few times going deep just to keep the defense honest and keep them stretched out. It should be an easy game all around for the offense. Defensively, defensive line, Kwity Paye, Aiden Hutchinson, just continue to get pressure on the quarterback. The interior line play must be better for this game. Limit the amount of rushing yards that Michigan State can get, and that will force them not to rely on their passing game, which you're probably going to have to do anyways because they're going to be playing from behind. So, just try to get as much pressure on the quarterback as possible, and don't allow him to get comfortable in the pocket. Have him, basically running for his life every time he drops back, and try your best to get as much pressure just rushing 4 as much as possible to allow coverage to do their thing. The linebackers just continue what you're doing, and if the line play is solid and getting pressure on the quarterback, it'll ease the secondary and limit the amount of big plays that could occur. So all around, that's all that has to be done. Michigan State, see, it's hard for me to gauge them because they were playing Rutgers, so you can take that with a grain of salt, but they still were able to, realistically, they were able to throw the football, and they were able to, through the air, generate some yards in the passing game. So, if Michigan can't get enough pressure from the defensive line, Michigan State may be able to generate some offense through the air against us, especially if the secondary still, kind of up in the air and still kind of iffy. So that is very important for us to generate as much pressure from our front 4 as possible. Like I said, it's Rutgers that they played. I know that they lost to Rutgers, but they turned the ball over 7 times. It's hard to win. It's nearly impossible to win if you turn the ball over 7 times. In the end, they were still relatively in the game up until the last interception that they did. So it's not like Rutgers blew them out the water. So even though I don't see the talent is not really there like it has been in the past, this is still not a game to take lightly. It's not a game to take off. In fact, about it, if they feel as though Michigan State is not that worthy of an opponent, they should be using this as an opportunity to, sharpen their skills and work on things if they feel that the Michigan State is not the worthy opponent. To me, they got to take every game as though they're playing Ohio State. Not take anything lightly. Play the game like it was their last. Play it like it was a bowl game, and give the ultimate effort for this game. They should not be taking this opponent lightly at all. Worst thing to do is take them lightly or be looking ahead to the Indiana game. So, like I said, they were able to move the ball relatively well through the air against Rutgers. They just turned it over, and I don't see them turning it over 7 times. Now, to give credit where credit is due, Rutgers did force some of those turnovers. So it's not like it's like dropping the snap, or everything was muffing a punt, or silly turnovers like that. There were a few turnovers that were directly generated from Rutgers' defense. So Michigan State right now they just look like a team that's in transition. They look like a team that hasn't really had a time to properly practice and gel and get everything worked out as far as their issues, both on offense and defense, and it shows. So more than anything, regardless of the things that I said were the keys to the game, the biggest key to this game is to basically don't even allow them to hang around. You have to go out there, smack them, punch them in the face right off the bat, have them on the defensive, get them out of the game early, and then just work on things, but don't be complacent in the game. The longer the Michigan hangs around, is the more confidence they'll get, and the more that this game could be a close game. I don't look at lines, never really look at lines when making predictions. I just kind of go by what I see and what I feel and my observations. I don't really look at the lines. But I did see that and saw a few videos where they're saying that the line is like 24 or 24 and a half or something like that. I'm not basing my prediction on that. That does seem like it's a big gap between what the end result will be. However, it's very possible that, and I think based on my prediction that they're going to beat that line. Do I think Michigan State is as bad as they were against Rutgers last week? No. I don't think they're as bad as that. And I do see I do see some sort of improvement from that first week to this week. However, the quality of the opponent that they're playing from last week to this week is a huge jump too. So, some of the things that they were able to get away with on offense and on defense because it was Rutgers, they're not going to be able to do versus Michigan this week. So, my prediction is I see the game being somewhere similar to the score that we put up on them last year, somewhere around there, if not a little bit more. So it could be something like 49-10 or 42-17, something along those lines, or 52-17, something like that. So if everything plays out and Michigan plays their game and is not complacent, doesn't take this game lightly, I don't see this game being close at all. It could possibly be over, in the first quarter. Or Michigan State might be able to hang around at least for a little bit off of emotion, and then as the game drags on, Michigan's just going to pull away. So, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching it. Definitely leave a like on the video if you enjoy my content. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content. I'd like to thank all the people who did subscribe from my last, not my last video, but my video before that with my analysis. So all the new subscribers to the channel, thank you for subscribing. Definitely share this video with as many people as possible to get the conversation going. And try to get my channel out there like that. And like I said, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about the game. If you think that it's going to be close because it's a rivalry game, or is this going to be a blowout? Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Anyways, that's it for the video. And as always, go blue.